a lovely day today. And you know, the best thing for them is this is the last interview of the day. So they're going to be in great moods. Somewhere in the middle, I don't like to come in. But every time I've seen like this, these performers, it excites me. It doesn't matter what the film is. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. So super happy to see them. Somebody who I haven't seen for a long time, Chitrangada, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Vikrant, thank you so much for joining me. And Sara, who's on fire. How are you doing?
Why am I not being thanked?
No, because I've seen a little more of you and I've seen a little less of them. No, I said
this
thank
is life.
Thank you so much for joining us.
The more you give, the less appreciation you get.
My name is
Don't
Salil,
do it.
and this is going to be quite a ride. But I have to say, like, first of all, fantastic trailer, which the whole world has said. I didn't expect you to do something like this, which is good.
Wow. So no welcome, and you don't expect me to do fantastic things. Shall I leave?
No, fantastic things, yes, but this kind, no. But listen, I have to say this. When I met you last, it was Surma.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
and there was a small thing called the pandemic that happened after.
Right.
But you know, I remember then you were getting into as a producer. Do you have everyone I know in my friend circle who ever produced a film burnt their hands and never did it again? Are you one of those that did that and also said this is a lot tougher than it looks?
It's very tough.
Yeah?
It's so tough. It's just human management. Like, it's more than just producing the film. I think film is part of it. Just managing people and their creative egos is such a big part of it.
I love how you added creative egos.
I just like, because, you know, people have their creative opinions, and I just find that far more taxing and draining than just the film and the project.
So this is the easy part.
This is definitely, and I have so much respect for producers. I have so much regard, like, for what they do and how they put a project together. But it was such a good learning experience for me. I loved it.
You know, Vikrant, do you think that people also like to be producers because, you know, you want to be like in control? So you want to have control over the narrative. क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग, क्या acting कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद end product क्या आएगा? And now I know a lot of actors like to be that also. But in the true sense of the word, can you actually do that in film? In other mediums, maybe you can. But can you take control of everything except for maybe direction and still be enjoying the process of filmmaking?
As a producer?
Yes, and an actor, even if you want to do both.
As an actor, I stick to my limitations. I don't trespass very intentionally. Because I have been on the other side. I've seen people doing that and it's kind of not very pleasant.
So that's a no for you also.
No, in the sense, as an actor, I stick to my limitations. I really would not want to dictate as to what the producer should do or what the director should do. I definitely do have my say. But when there are actors, and I've worked with such actors, if there are actors who are kind of dictating what the producer should do, that's unfair. But then I aspire to direct. Producer ka mujhe pata nahi hai. I aspire to direct.
You've always had a very smart brain for that, man. For sure.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. I think it's going to work.
Hopefully, let's see. But I'm really enjoying acting right now. I write because it's an outlet. So hopefully, you know, the scribbling on paper is going to be turned into script someday. But if I want to have control over something, I would rather do it as a director and not as an actor, because that's a strict no-no. Like case being, I mean, I know actors who are sitting on edit tables and actually editing films, which is ridiculous. I don't think no one should do that.
That used to happen a lot 20 years ago, maybe a little lesser now.
Yeah.
But somebody who's enjoying the process, first of all, I have to tell you, your Instagram is addictive. And all you seem to want to do also is work out. And you're brilliant at it, first of all. I have to give you kudos to that. The workouts that you're doing are brilliant. I remember Bipasha used to do workouts like this. And you know, she'd come out with a CD.
Why don't I look like Bipasha?
Listen, that's also years. 1 second. But I'll tell you what, the beginner workout we all picked up, yeah? So all of us used to go to Gold's gym and all had these bulging muscles, we picked them up. And she said, why don't you try it? Do you know, we were flat out, the beginner workouts of hers. When she gave us the advanced one, we said, you know, we'll come in a few years. So congratulations on that. I know you're always fighting this, and that's always going to be a fight because you've got to look a certain way and do all that. But is it easy now, mentally?
I think, no, it's not. I think saying no to food is very hard for somebody like me. Yeah. I really do like eating a lot. Yeah. Like, it makes me genuinely, truly very happy. And I
can see the smile.
I really wish I could just eat without thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I can't, and I'm mindful of that.
Yeah.
I love working out also.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it as like, workout is like a punishment or anything. I love working out. It makes me happier.
Yeah.
It sorts the hormones out. If I'm feeling angry, irritated, you know, anxious, I just run and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
But do you think this marriage can ever work? You being an actress who's always going to be in the public eye and then loving food forever?
Yeah.
So you think so?
Yeah, it works. It's been working. I know when to eat and when not to eat. If you see my last Instagram, which was like in the middle of our last interview, so you probably haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But I was in Manali and I've just eaten like a crazy person for the past like 4 days, to the point where my stylist was like having problems during fittings, because when I left, she was like, everything fits, and now suddenly she was like, nothing is fitting. Like, what do we do with you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I do have weight fluctuations, and that is part of like my life, genuinely. Like, it's hard.
The very first time she walked on stage, I was hosting that trailer launch, and we gave her this brief. Abhishek Kapoor and everyone said, you've got to like present you in a certain way. This one, no, I think I want to do this. She goes on stage in the first 40 seconds, and I've been on stage with every big star and how they try and win the audience. In the first 40 seconds of Sara Ali Khan being presented to the media and the press, she had them on the little finger of, like that. Because she just said, thank you for spending so much time there. I hope you so much love. And there was this warmth, and you haven't changed. And that's beautiful. I remember you standing there, and I was standing on the side and going, Bhai, ye to bani banai aayi hai, ye paki hui hai. And we all thought that you wouldn't know what to say at that time, but it's worked. So you're still the same.
Because I realized early in my life that the only way that you can be honest is by always being honest. Because अगर मैं एक झूठ बोलूँगी तो एक तो वो याद रखना पड़ेगा और फिर बार-बार वही झूठ बोलनी पड़ेगी again and again, So it's just safer and easier to be honest. And I have slipped up also. There have been times, I think a lot in 2019, where I have been inorganic. I have catered to what I thought you wanted to hear as opposed to what I really want to say. And having been on that side, having just been loud and gregarious for the sake of it, which is different from being bindas and filterless, which I am.
Yeah.
I understand now that it's just best to be who you are.
It's working. And I like the fact that you've chosen these kind of films, all three of you actually. So lots of thought will go into it. It looks great. It's very tough to get thriller right sometimes. How much silence to give in it, how much to actually come out there. Should you scare? Should there be an element of mystery? So when you're making it, are you also conscious and a little worried? Because a fine line, it can go really bad also.
Of course.
So all three of your thoughts on that. First with you, When you were making, were you like, is it going right? Is it not going right? Because you don't really know everything that's going to happen in
but
post.
it's going to come together.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I think you said it right. The silences are so important in films like this. But I have to give it to the director, really. I mean, he really knew how much conversation. कभी-कभी लगता था कि कुछ कम बोल रहे हैं क्या, कुछ dialogue होना चाहिए, कुछ बोले क्या यहाँ पे, like why don't I have a line? Why am I just standing and looking? Like how much can I do with just looking? Give me something. But I guess it's the director completely there. So yeah, but that's the fun of it. Like I think to manage, challenge, whatever you might call it, fun, challenge, everything.
So in a film like this, where 30-40% will be in the edit.
Oh yeah.
I would
My God, the background score.
So does it make you
everything?
Can it make you insecure as an actor, saying that I'm not sure, I don't know. Like she said, have I done enough?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly where the director comes in, and she's pointed it out exactly the way it should be. You have to have faith in your director. You could have trust deficit with yourself, but by the end of it, with the director, you really have to surrender yourself. And we were lucky because actually this is Pawan's, space.
Yeah.
Like he's done Phobia, he's done Bhoot Police, and both of these films were critically and
two different kinds totally.
Two different kinds, and they were
Phobia was
really,
out
really
and
well
out.
received.
Yeah.
And had it been anyone else, Pawan's done a great job, but when you're stepping in a space like this, you have to trust the director. Yes, it is a very thin line. That is also where contingency comes in. You try giving in variations as an actor, because once you are off the set, when you're sitting at the edit table, you really have to have covered yourself from all possible angles. And contrary to popular perception, half the film is actually made in the editing, in the edit room.
Especially a thriller.
Especially a thriller.
There'll be so many versions you cut, and then you see what works the best.
That's why I still have Ram Gaur Verma sir. I remember watching Bhoot in a theater.
Oh, yeah.
There was just to be silence, and then one tong used to come like that. And I used to go like, my God, why does it sound so loud?
It's so challenging.
Yeah.
It is so challenging. So what you finally see, if you see a 120, on an average, if you see a 120-minute film, you really need to shoot 220 minutes of footage for it. And that's where your physical hard work, your mental capacity, your emotional capacity, everything comes into play, especially in a space like this.
Did you jump when you got the script like this? Because it's totally a different space.
100%.
Yeah.
Firstly, as a reader, I jumped about 5 times, which was great.
Yeah.
And even as an actor, I think that it's definitely a new space. It's a new genre for me. And there's, of course, the physical challenge of being on a wheelchair, but also as an actor being aware that like the entire bottom half of your body is no more a tool for you to use.
Very restrictive, of course.
Yeah, but you know, in a good way, because I think that you know then what to use, and you try to use that to the best of your ability, and that makes you push yourself sometimes. And so it was definitely a very new experience for me. And I think that, you know, like you said, in jest and whatever humor in the beginning of our interaction, the fact that you don't expect me to do a film like this, you know, it's something I'm very cognizant of. The fact that people don't expect me to do that. And
but even Atrangire was like that.
Yeah, and I want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll expect me to do Everton either. Definitely not right before or right after Homi Adijania's Murder Mubarak, where I go from like bikinis in one film to like white sarees in the other. So that is my desire, to have you not be able to have expectations from me.
But also, it's the best time to do it. It's a sea which is a raging sea for everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody has a clue.
It's the age of exploration for me. I've said that before today.
But it's nice if you can, and also it's brave if you can, because there was a time earlier when you didn't want to get out of the set mindset for yourself or the audience.
But now we don't even know whether that works or doesn't work. So just
that's for sure that nobody knows what works.
So just for one Friday that you think will be a certain way, you don't want to give up like 100 Tuesdays on set now, doing like something you don't want to do.
What about the fact that sometimes there's always is there enough in the kitty to be able to spend out? You know, your get out of jail free cards are there, limited hoti hai. What if you have 2 or 3 films that don't work today? Today, everyone's
But is there
merciless.
any get out of jail free card? For sure. I don't know anymore.
Well, they seem to think that largest seems to work right now. Do you agree with that? You've always stayed away from that space, more real, and it's always worked as a performer. But when you meet the producers now, are they more hesitant in investing in films which will come out?
No, in fact, I think otherwise. I think this is a great time for producers to make films, or rather explore. And it's not just about actors, it's about creators, it's about technicians, in fact. Because of the advent of OTT, the amount of opportunities people have got today, or probably express themselves, and in some ways at par with international cinema, is tremendous. So like for example, if you talk about Gaslight, which is on Disney Plus Hotstar, you're going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are going to be catering to more than 120 countries.
Wow. Yeah, but that's true actually. And at any time they can watch it.
At any time, at your own discretion.
Yeah, absolutely.
At your own discretion.
Yeah.
So writers, directors, technicians, actors, all creative minds have far more leverage today to go out there and express themselves. Yes, it might work, it might not work, but also because of this leverage, you will end up finding your tribe.
And you'll have a lot of films with a lot of money to be made. Fantastic. How do you all pump up pricing after OTT releases? I've always figured this out. You have the box office as a barometer, which you said, okay, if we did this much, we could get this. Yeah. Don't give me figures, but how does it work?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? You don't get into negotiations?
No.
Why not?
Why do I have a team?
But that doesn't matter. You can disagree with your team.
No, money and all, like, no, I do films for work and content. There are other things you can do for money.
Really? So if you get the money, you don't care about it?
I mean, if somebody gives me like 8 times what my market value is, I'm definitely not doing the film. Yeah, because there's a reason he's paying me like that, I'm assuming. Probably crap. Run away. हमेशा होता है ना मार्केट में भी जाओ तो मतलब हाँ ये फ्री में ले लो नहीं चाहिए यार बहुत होगा. You know, ऐसा no.
I've had actors in the past tell me once that we did a film because, you know, you do films for certain things. Sometimes for great content, sometimes for money, sometimes for appeal, sometimes coming on a poster. Do actors think like that now, or has OTT sort of cancelled that out? Because you get an opportunity anyway.
I think you're absolutely right. Sometimes you don't need money. It depends what you are doing, because this is your profession, you know. Sometimes you end up doing for that also. I mean, you're fortunate, not fortunate, I don't know, to want to do it. But you know,
I've done cool like that.
Yeah,
which
like
I wasn't even hitting the final cut, but I made a lot.
Yeah, see, like you don't have to apologize. It's a very personal thing. It's a very
I've never had to maybe do that.
Yeah,
and I'm very, very grateful for that. Like I have a family at home where dal chawal will never be a problem. So one has never had to do films for reasons other than creativity at all. So the hunger is, apart from the whole calorie thing, is
she's really hungry, poor girl.
I really am, guys. But the hunger is more for doing films that will creatively satisfy me, you know. And I think that's the search that I'm
Do you ever look at the dotted line?
Yeah, I have, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
You know, and one has to be very pragmatic. You know, everyone has a kitchen to run. Everyone has their needs to fulfill.
Why I'm asking this is because great actor for many years.
That's now.
Has that equaled great money also?
Some days.
Yeah?
Some days, of course, yes. You know, there are days when I'm really grateful, when I'm really, really grateful, despite the fact that in the last 3 years, especially post-pandemic, none of my films have come in theaters.
Yeah.
But then, as Sara said, you know, there are different things that satiate you from time to time. You know, then you end up doing a film which is actually not paying you, but you know if you are a part of that film, that's going to give you much more than money.
True.
And I come from TV. We know each other since television. We know each other for nearly 15, 16 years now.
Yeah.
So,
And he didn't sell out then also, by the way. I have to say this to you. He could have sold out, made a lot of money. He chose not to. So he's one of those guys, by the way. Yeah.
like Hero Ka Dost also.
Yeah.
You know, I had to do those parts also because lack of opportunities was a reality. You know, it was really, really important for me to have those 5 scenes in a 3-hour movie, come out there and at least show what I could.
Lotera.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like the first 3 years of my film career.
Yeah.
You know, from 13 to 17, up until Coco came in my life and I got Death in the Gunch. So I'm really grateful for whatever I have. And आज भी ऐसी फिल्में आती हैं जहाँ पे आपको producer 1/4 देता है पर आप करना चाहते हो क्योंकि as she said, it really satiates something else other than the monetary gains.
You've actually suffered from always Chitrangada looks so amazing. Looks forever, you know. You know, it became like, I think it was like this little axe hanging on your head all the time.
Totally agree with you.
Have you been able to get rid of it?
I'm trying.
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a curse, but it sort of defines some kind of roles you
Yeah,
can
but
get.
it's just that sometimes it kind of comes in the way of what you can play and what you can't play. You know, so that's the only thing. Which I think, I mean, I don't know. When I look at some, like say for example, even Modern Love, she's a pretty normal, you know, kind of housewife. So yeah.
But are you purposely also going to sometimes try and downgrade
Absolutely.
that? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like even for Bob Biswas, is like very, you know, don't do makeup, don't do this. Very normal clothes, whatever. What's the joy had in mind. So yeah, we tend to do that, but I don't know. It's like, I just don't know. You know, you just tend
It's working.
to.
Don't worry.
Yeah, like,
But, you know, like I said,
you are who you are at the end of it.
I ask these questions is because you need to understand sometimes the decisions that people take. You know, it's not just about the great script there. There are lots of perceptions that need to be broken. Sometimes Instagram is not enough to break it. People do different photo shoots sometimes to also bring that. That's what I love about you. You're just so bindas out there and it works very well. The audience is going to be there with you. And also, it's also coincided with a great time. Everyone seems to be doing well in the family. That's also good. Because I know that your dad has seen times also that nothing did well. And then he became a producer and everything sort of did well. So do you all have discussions about that? Does he say, listen, you're flying nice, but understand that, you know, there's that gap could be sort of like that pretty quick.
Well, actually, the gap between Coolie and Atrangi was almost 2 years. So there was quite a large gap where I wasn't flying high at all. I wasn't even flying. I was hardly airborne. So I think that that time, actually, I needed to hear what he had to say more because you ultimately need your parents all the time, but you kind of need them more on a rainy day, you know. And I'd had a rainy year. And it took my father kind of telling me that it's all good as long as you get up and you have it in you to keep fighting. Because that's what's important.
You know, he's considered like the coolest dad. Because whenever they always bring out these old interviews of his. Have you all ever told him, like, if you're like unfiltered, he's like never knew what a filter was?
100%.
Has he ever said that, you know, maybe I speak too much or spoken too much in those interviews? Has he ever said that to you?
I mean, he's aware of it, and I'm aware of it. And
unfiltered pro
it's
man.
not a thing of the past. You know, at moments like this, I understand the need for various tenses, like continuous. This is that.
But he's such a joy, and you all are such joys to watch on screen. Good luck, and you know, I know that lot more work will roll in. And don't ever get bogged down over people. These days also, these troll armies and all these people and everyone who's got nothing better to do in their life just goes out there and becomes these keyboard warriors. Don't do that. Just
You
keep
know,
following.
I feel for them actually. I really feel for them.
I love it because I said, यार बिल्कुल कोई काम नहीं है यार.
मतलब
सुबह से लगे हुए हैं.
मैं एक anecdote share करता हूँ. I was in Delhi और ये last year की बात है. And I actually met those so-called faceless people who are actually
Really?
working.
Bots, you mean?
No, not bots. People.
अच्छा trolls.
Trolls. People
How
who
did
are.
you meet
Why did you meet them? Or how did you meet
I
them?
mean, that's a long,
okay.
long story.
But you
I
know
mean,
they are
I know there are
trollers for
people,
sure.
there are people, there are bots too, there are apps too, but then I luckily, because it really changed the way I see it, you know. Matlab, I have far lesser anxiety today when I'm on Twitter and I know someone is being trolled or on days it's me. वो बहुत आसानी से मतलब बहुत ही एक तो छोटे-छोटे बच्चे हैं.
हाँ.
ठीक है. वो 20-22 साल के बच्चे हैं.
उंगलबाज.
उंगल भी नहीं है. पता है मैं आपको बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में बता रहा हूँ. वो तो वैसे ही कहते हैं भैया एक तो वैसे ही नौकरी नहीं है. ये हमारी नौकरी है. They are paid an X amount of salary.
Wow.
वो कहते हैं कि हमें हमारा घर चलाना है. और जब कोई ये कहता है तो आप I don't know the right word empathize या sympathize या क्या एटलीस्ट एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग रखने की कोशिश करते हैं. जब वो कहते हैं भैया हम क्या करें, हमारा काम है, हमारा घर चलता है इस पैसे से जो हमें पैसे मिलते हैं. तो गुड फॉर देम यार. ठीक है.
चलो माफ किया.
At least we give them the fodder.
अच्छा माफ किया. चलो माफ किया.
माफ किया. कोई बात नहीं. God bless.
Make sure you all watch it on 31st.
Yes.
Trust me, it already looks amazing, and like I said, they win the first battle, which is great performances. Baki secondary hai. See you all soon.